This is what the war has done to Jobar, a district on the edge of Damascus city center. It's been fought over since rebels seized it around 2 years ago. A new government offensive, more airstrikes, is happening now. The way Syrians used to live is a memory. The Syrian army allowed us into a small corner of the front line, about a 20-minute drive south of Damascus, a village called Ain Beda. It was recaptured recently from rebels after hard fighting. This is a small outpost. Around 300 meters separate the front lines. But what happens here says a lot about the war and the way that the fight against Islamic State might go. These Syrian soldiers said they were volunteers and that the West was finally catching up with their belief that on the opposite side of the lines were religious extremists. Morale was high. The Syrian general commanding this sector, who seemed popular with his men, didn't want to identify himself.
Islamic State is a threat on the whole world. If they control Syria, they will take us back to the Stone Age. But as a military power, they're not a threat. Syria can crush them without the help of the Americans.
The afternoon's firefight started when bullets came in from rebel positions. The Syrian army has been much more effective than its enemies expected. The Syrians say that any attempt to fight jihadi groups without their soldiers isn't going to work because they are experienced, battle-hardened, and they're fighting every day. But the US and the UK believe this army is the tool of a brutal dictator. The Syrian soldiers were shooting at a mix of al-Qaeda sympathizers and supposed moderates, the FSA, which the Americans want to use to fight Islamic State. Syrian soldiers say the West should help them fight jihadists.
I come here because I want to fight these people. They are coming here to destroy our country. I want to save my brothers and sisters and my families and my people, the Syrian people, the great Syrian people.
The area that's been recaptured by the Syrian army is devastated. Rebels blew this school up when it was being used by Syrian soldiers. At the village's only shop, Najm said her children were terrified by the gunfire.
We are moving from one place to another. I have been displaced 5 times. What future do you think they will have?
The war in Syria isn't ending. It's renewing itself. And its politics are getting more tangled and more bloody. Jeremy Bowen, BBC News, Ain Beda.